So I was just sharing with him about the most married woman. Like, she's been married 23 times.
On the surface, alright.
This is the summary of her. It's just too funny. She once married the same man 3 times. Her longest marriage was 7 years. The shortest was 36 hours.
Satan, you are a liar.
She married a one-eyed convict, a preacher, a barman or barmen, plumbers, musicians. 2 of them were actually homeless. One beat her up. One put a padlock on her fridge. Today we're looking at a book, we're trying to do book review series, and the book we'll be looking at today is, guess?
The book of our mentor.
Yeah! 7 Things I Badly Want to Tell Women by Dr. Kingsley Okonkwo.
Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo is a highly sought after speaker, author, TV host, relationship coach and counselor. He is also a full-time minister of over 2 decades and the founder of Love, Dating and Marriage, a ministry with a passion to build strong marriages based on enduring biblical values. An author of over 15 books, he has carved a niche in the ministry to young people, and it goes on and on. One very interesting thing about this forward for me is the fact that it was a follower of Shaw Alakija that wrote it.
Yeah, one time richest black woman.
Yeah, fantastic woman, right? So you need to check that out just for the forwarding. The forward is about 4 pages, right? And then we can go to the introduction.
Okay, let me take that. For the introduction, what basically Pastor K was trying to say here was that he noted here that women are extremely sophisticated human beings, right? Very gifted, even more than the average man. No beefs. And in fact, not as, like, women take a lot of things about themselves for granted, unlike men. Like, they're so proud. I don't understand. But the funny thing is, men are fascinated by this because they are way slower when it comes to making decisions and basically processing things. But the funny thing he noted here is that in relationships, men think they are the smarter ones, even when women actually are the ones running things. Men usually have no clue. But the funny thing is, many women never realize how powerful they are. They spend their energy, time, resources looking for a man to make them complete. The truth is, you are already complete as a woman. When a man comes into your life, his role is to complement you and not to complete you.
Yes.
So as a woman, focus on placing value on yourself, because a man cannot value you more than you would value yourself, right? So, and I think this comes from having knowledge and wisdom about the kind of person that you are.
True.
All right. So it's very important that you even know these things, because if you do not know them, you will not be able to own it.
Yeah.
Right?
Lack of knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. Lack of knowledge, and then you perish. Very, very true. So he says here that I have discovered most women will do better in their relationships if they understand the basics of relationships better, and that is what he is trying to share in this book. As a counselor of over 20 years, a husband of over 15 years, a man of over 45 years who has interacted with ladies of all ages, little girls, teenagers, single moms, single ladies, wives, mothers, and grandmothers. I think you need to read this book, because you need to understand what the basics are. Absolutely. So that you can have a great relationship.
So spot on. Yeah, so spot on. So we'll go into the book, and from the 8 chapters, right?
Yeah, thereabouts.
We're going to pick just 2. I'll talk about one.
Yes.
My wife will talk about the
Other.
So I'll start with the very first. And the very first is an advice that says, have standards. Have standards, guys. Ladies always believe that if you make the task very easy, very simple, very achievable for a man, the man will stay. But from what Pastor wrote, and which is a fact, it is the opposite of that. Men are generally hunters, right? They take everything most times like projects. So they are looking for the most difficult task, the most difficult one. Not necessarily saying you should be difficult, right? But that you should have
something that will
standard.
challenge them.
Yes, have a standard. Don't fall for everything. Don't fall for everything. Don't lower your standard because of the man. I read out what it says here. It says, in all the years of being on the job as a counselor, I have discovered that this is one of the first areas women make mistakes. Most women actually think that if they lower their standard, they will get a good man. But that is not how it works. In fact, with men, it is actually the opposite because men are hunters, just like I said, which means as a woman, if you lower your standard, you are actually not helping yourself. Having standard will protect you from accepting just about anything. And this is crucial to you living your best life.
Very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
So it's a fact that that is plated in gold, or what they used to put it, casted in diamond for life, right? You should hold on to it. Men don't treat all women the same. Yeah, they treat you according to your standards.
Yes.
And a man can even discover himself when he sees your true standard, when he sees a true standard, a high standard.
Yes, he will step up to it.
Can live up to that standard. You suddenly realize, so there are some ladies that don't accept men that smoke. Oh, really? So there are some ladies that don't accept men that don't go to church, or that don't serve God, or that don't know God, or that don't love God. You know, if she finds out that there are some ladies that actually are not really looking for money, but they are looking for a man that has a plan for the future and is following it. You know, have standards. In some cases, when a man finds that there's a lady that will be willing to wait until marriage before sex, some good men step up.
Yeah. Because it's not like they don't know that that's the right thing.
They do, but they
just thought, okay, let me try my luck.
Yes, and they feel all ladies are the same. But the moment they find out that you are different, you are treated specially.
Yeah.
You are treated specially. I read one more part. This one says she thinks if she can just give him all he wants, maybe she will get what she wants in return without actually having to make any demands. It's not true. The moment he gets what he wants, he leaves. It's a very bad move because at the end of the day, the man ends up getting what he wants and the woman never gets anything she wants. Especially for me, premarital sex. It has caused a lot of problems. In fact, for we counselors, it has caused lots of problems. There's a lot of things that would have gone on a smooth ride. They go south, and then we start looking for damage control. Sometimes the damages doesn't even show. Damage doesn't show until marriage, and then we start looking for how to work solution.
Yeah.
So that's very, very, very important to us. Have standards.
And even as a married woman too. You know, just because you get married doesn't mean that you drop those standards. So
Yes.
always ensure that you're always giving him something to step up to, right? Always make demands on his kingship so that he knows he needs to step up to something. He can't drop or suddenly slack or slouch.
Yes.
You know, he needs to know that he's constantly working at improving himself, being a better version of himself, you know, so that there's an improvement. You can't be married and then suddenly everything is going downwards, you know, in character, in this or in that, whatever it is. He must always be constantly challenged to step up.
Get improved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's your king, and if you know what it is about royalty, you don't go down. There's always a higher standard. There's always something bigger, something
bigger to pursue.
Yeah.
So walk with him.
So I will be taking the chapter 6, which talks about making your own money. So one of the things that Pastor Kingsley badly wanted to speak to you men about was about making your money. And I think this chapter was very, crucial, or is very crucial to what I stand for. One of the things that disgusts me the most about relationships is where lady thinks all she needs to do is just be in a relationship, and then that's a financial plan. And it completely puzzles me why anybody would think that someone else should take care of them. What happened to you? Are you an invalid? Is there something wrong with your brain? You can't go out there, work, do business, and make your own money. See, let me tell you something. He said something. Men don't treat all women the same. If you come in as a liability who cannot take care of herself, you'll be treated like one.
Yeah.
No, imagine how a man takes care of an asset and how you take care of a liability. It will be different. So ladies, have this mindset. So I see people, we enter a relationship and maybe with the guy, you're just getting to know the guy. Next thing you're saying, send me airtime. Is that the registration fee for the relationship? Non-refundable. You should be able to buy your own airtime.
Yeah, is that an insurance policy?
If you say so, you didn't call me. Next you say, give me data. Hello, you can't afford data. Or you guys want to meet someone and he has to pay your cab fare and all. No, there's no need for that. Yeah. Be yourself. Be your independent woman. And when I say independent, I'm not saying that you should disregard a man help you, but let a man want to help you. Or let a man want to give you those things. Not that he's forced to. Because you are helpless. See, I find that most times ladies are like this or have this mindset because they think in a relationship their role is to stick with the man and his role is to pay them money.
For that,
I mean, you can just go to a brothel.
Why are you domesticated?
Yes, I mean that's where that comes from. So that's why it's difficult for many ladies to not ask, because they feel I'm giving him something, so he should give me something in return. So one of the things that will save you from premarital sex is when you do not collect anything from him as if it's a payment.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there will be no basis for that thing to stand to say, I need to give him something back. He's been taking care of me. Then when he says, you just quickly fall into his bed because you feel you owe him.
Yes.
And then, of course, your plans to stay pure before marriage just falls apart because you are paying for service. Or you're giving service for something. So, ladies, have that mindset that you need to be independent as a single lady. Make your own money. Come with value to that man. That man will not treat you anyhow.
He won't.
He will regard you like who you are. Yes, he will place a lot of value on you. I have seen a marriage that is even about to break up because of something as simple as this.
As this, yeah.
And you know the funny thing, a lot of ladies stay in abusive relationships because they cannot afford to take care of themselves on their own resources if they leave him.
They don't make them.
I've learned that right from our mother's generation. A lot of them were in bad marriages. They couldn't leave because they couldn't afford to take care of themselves or even their children if they had to go with their children.
It reminds me
of
what Pastor Dr. Kingsley Okonkwo said about the issue of if you make your money, your husband makes his money, even your argument will be different. Your argument will not be bastard.
Leave my house.
No. The argument will be like, let's go to Dubai and go and argue. Let's go to London.
But really, he said in here that if both of you pay the rent or both of you put money together to build the house, it will be difficult for a man to say, leave my house. No. You will sit down and resolve that issue.
Absolutely.
I mean, do you understand? So, ladies, that mindset that a man has to take care of you, a man has to give you money for your hair. I'm like, sincerely, it shocks me. It shocks me every single time. Why can't you pay money for? Why can't you buy your hair? Why can't you buy things for yourself? Why does somebody have to do that for you? And look at it this way: the young man that you are expecting to do this thing for you, as if he's taking care of himself, is the salary enough for him alone? He's still grumbling every day that the money is not enough. Somehow, you still expect that he will bring that money and take care of you. You need to change that mindset.
Yes.
You need to see yourself as so valuable. You're bringing something to the table. You know, when he looks at you, he sees someone who's contributing.
Yes.
He doesn't see a liability. He doesn't see someone who's just helpless, who
an
can't do
asset.
anything. I mean, if something happens to his income,
And which happens most times.
yes,
right?
he loses his job. What would happen? Both of you will be helpless
Most
together.
marriages, they begin to have issues from that point.
Yes, and finance is one of the major places where people have issues.
Because you've made him your God.
Exactly, and nobody should be your God. Once somebody comes in a place where they are your God, they have to supply everything, oxygen, everything. They tend to start even acting out. No matter how nice they are, they start to misbehave sometimes because they are not built with the capacity to be your God.
And FYI, there's no place in the Bible that says the man should be the one to provide.
No place. Go and read.
Discussion for another day, right? Yeah.
So imagine this is Folorunsho Alakija now, who gave the forward to this book. One of the richest black women. If she had been waiting with her hands like this, waiting for a man to pay her bills, her potential would never have been realized or maximized. Only God knows how many companies we have lost because you thought that a man should take care of your needs and you refused to put your brain and your business acumen to work. Ladies, make your own money.
Please, you bless a lot of lives, actually. There'll be a lot of stable families.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if they are men with esteem, with good self-esteem, right?
Yeah.
So it's a fantastic book.
Yeah.
I think you should go get yours. We're going to drop links, or link where you can get this down below. You understand? We would advise that you go immediately.
I think you can get it on Amazon as well.
Yes, you can get it on Amazon. So share and share your experiences with us when you read it, whatever it is you're blessed with, whatever stands out for you.
Yes.
And we'll look forward to get that. God bless you.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.